Welcome back. In the previous video, I had solved a capital budgeting problem where we had to compute the following: the payback period, the average rate of return, the internal rate of return IRR, the net present value NPV, and the profitability index or benefit cost ratio. And I had computed the payback, computed the payback period, the ARR, the NPV, and the profitability index. What I had not done was the internal rate of return. Now, using the same question, we are now going to find out the internal rate of return in this video. Now, what is the internal rate of return? Now, the IRR is nothing but that rate of return where NPV should be equal to 0. Now, what do you mean by that? NPV should be equal to 0. And when will NPV be equal to 0? Now, we've learned that NPV is equal to present value of cash inflow minus present value of cash outflow. All right. Now, when will NPV be 0? That is when present value of cash inflow is equal to present value of cash outflow, then only NPV will be equal to 0. So again, let me repeat, IRR is that rate of return where NPV is equal to 0. Okay. Now, when finding out the NPV, the discount rate or cost of capital is not provided. So we have to find out that rate. How do we do it? Now, usually we have to do it using trial and error method. But let me show you a simple method of finding out a rate which is close to the internal rate of return. So what we need to do first is we have to take the total, find out the total net cash inflow. That is a CFBT. All right. Now, what is the total net cash inflow? Let's calculate. See, we've already found out in the previous video the CFBT. Now, all we have to do is add up the individual CFBT. So 10,000 plus 10,449.8 plus 11,799.85 plus 12,250.3 plus 16,750.25. Okay, the total is 61,250. Let's round it off to 250 for simplicity's sake. All right. Now, what we need to do is we first will find out the fake, F-A-K-E, the fake payback period. Now, how will you find out the fake payback period? Now, you know what is the initial investment of this project? It's there given in the problem, 50,000, right? So 50,000 divided by 61,250, this divided by 5. So 50,000. All right. So 61,250 divided by 5 is equal to 12,000. Wait, once 61,250 divided by 5 is 12,250. So 50,000 divided by 12,250 is equal to 4.6 4.082. Now, what are we going to do with this value? All right. Now, from the table, from the PVIF table, we are going to look at the value that is closest to the payback period, to the fake payback period of 4.082, okay, against 5 years. Now, why 5 years? So, very simple, because the life of this project is 5 years. It's given in the question. So, since the life of the project is 5 years, go to the table, the PVIF, okay, PVIF, let me show you here. All right, this is the PVIF table. All right, now look at the value that is closest to 4.082 against 5 years, right? So, against 5 years, look at a table which is wait, I made a mistake. Use this table, the present value of an annuity. All right, the PVIFA table, not the PVIF, sorry, made that mistake. So, you go to the PVIFA table, look at a value that is closest to 4.082, all right, against 5 years. So, 5 years, 4.082 4 point yes, so against 5 years, you see here, against 5 years, which is the value that is closest to 4.082, 4.082, which is the value that is closest to 4.082. Okay, so it is 7% and 8%. Okay, so that value lies between 7% and 8%. All right, so let's look at the table. All right, so 7% and 8%. All right, so take a value that is closest to 7% and 8%. You can even take 6%. All right, you may get the value that is very closest, that is close to the to the fake payback period. So let's do one thing. Let's assume. All right, let's assume two rates here. Assume the discount rates to be, let's say, 6% and 7%. Okay, using the discount rates, we will find the NPV. And remember, our goal is that NPV should be equal to 0. All right. Okay. All right. So year 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All right. And let's take the CFAT, the net cash inflow that we have found out. So CFAT is 10,000, 10,449.8, 11,799, 799.85, 12,250.3, 16,750.25. We said we are going to assume 2 discount rates. So PVIF at the rate of 6%. So let's find out the PV factors. I told you you can use the table, or you can use a simple calculator like this, where you can find out the PV factors. So 1 divided by 1.06, since it's 6%, it will be 0.06. So for the first year, it's going to be 0.943. For the second year, just press the equal button once. Okay, so it will be 0.890. Third year, 0.840. And then 0.792. Then 0.747. All right. Now find out the present value of cash inflow, CIF. I'll just write CIF, cash inflow. All right. So 10,000 into 0.943, that will be 9,430. Now 10,449.8 into 0.890, that will be 9,300, and let's keep it 3.32. And 11,799.85 into 11,799.85 into 0.840 equals to 9,911.87, and 12,250.3 into 0.792 is equal to 9,702.24, and finally 16,750.25 into 0.747. So it is 12,512.44. Okay, add up these, the individual present value of cash inflow. So 9430 plus 9300.32 plus 9911.87 plus 9,702.24 plus 12,512.44. So that equals to 50,856.87. All right. Now find out the NPV of this. So NPV is equal to 50,856.87 minus the initial cash outlay, the initial investment. All right, 50,000. 50,000. Okay, you will get 856.87. So is that a positive NPV? Yes, it is a positive NPV. So that means the internal rate of return cannot be less than 6%. It has to be higher than 6%, because the higher the discount rate, again I'm using the word, the higher the discount rate, okay, the lower the present value of cash inflow. Let's try now 7%. PVIF at 7%. All right, again using simple calculator, 1 divided by 1.07, since we are taking 7%. So first year it is 0.935, second year 0.873, third year 0.816, fourth year 0.763, and finally fifth year is 713. Okay, now multiply the CFBT with PVIF, you'll get present value of cash inflow. So 10,000 into 0.935 will be 9,350, and then 10,449.8 into 0.873 is 9,122.68. Now 11,799.85 into 0.816, it's 9,628.68 again. Then 12,250.3 into 0.763 equals to 9,346.98. And finally 16,750.25 into 0.713 equals to 11,942.93. So add up. All right, so 9350 plus 9122.68 plus 9628.68 plus 9346.98 and 11,942 plus 93. So it is 49,391.27. Now find out the NPV. So NPV is equal to 49,391.27 minus again your initial initial capital investment of 50,000. So here you will notice that your NPV is negative. It is not positive, it is negative. It is 608.73. So we can confidently say that IRR, the internal rate of return, lies between 6% and 7%. But we need to find out the exact rate. Now, how will you find out the exact rate? Just follow this method that I'm showing you. All right. Now, what is the required present value of cash inflow? The required present value of cash inflow is 50,000. Because if your cash inflow, the present value of cash inflow is 50,000 and your present value of cash outflow is also 50,000, that is when your NPV will be 0, right? So that is your required present value of cash inflow. Now the present value of cash inflow, all right, at 6% is equal to 50,000 that we have found, all right, 50,856.87, all right, and the present value of cash inflow at 7% is 49,391 that we have found out. Now all you have to do is take the difference of this 50,000 and 50,856.87. You'll get a positive 8 856.87. All right, and then take the difference of 50,000 and 49,391.27. You'll get a negative 608.73. All right, so remember these two. Okay, now using the concept of interpolation, we can find out that IRR is equal to 6% plus, all right, you take this 856.87, all right, then take 856.87 minus this value minus 608.73, all right, into the difference of the rates. Okay, now you have 6 and 7%, right? So what is the difference of these two? It is 1%. Sometimes you may take, let's say, 10% and 15%, no problem. So in that case, the difference will be 5. If 10 and 15, it will be 5. Suppose if it is 10 and 20, difference will be 10%. All right. So equal to 6% plus 856.87. Okay. So it is 856.87 plus 608.73. So it will be 1,465.6 into 1%. So it will be 6. So 856.87 divided by 1,465.6 equal to 0.58. So it's 6% plus 0.58%, which equals to 6.58%. So this is your IRR. All right. So this is your IRR. Okay. So that is the way you calculate or compute the IRR of any project. And I will be doing 1 or 2 more videos on the computation of IRR and the other methods. So please stay tuned.